That's right, relationships easy to get into, hard to maintain.
Yes, yes. Oh, oh.
I'll have what she's having.
Heavens to Murgatroyd!
I'll have what she's having.
Oh my God! I'm a lady, come my lady. I'm a lady, come my lady. I'm a lady, come my lady.
Oh, hey, everybody. This is S. Michael, and with me, as always, is Christine, a.k.a.
Hunny. I mean, you didn't say, you didn't let me say it, so I thought you were going to say the whole thing. Sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, this isn't the first time I've dropped the ball on the setup, folks. Christine, a.k.a. Hunny, a.k.a. Hunny 2.0. Yeah, we go by many names. And this is Taboo, a couple's journey into the depths of sexual depravity.
Yep.
And we're actually pretty much on schedule. I think we did an episode either last week or the week before, so...
So we're not on schedule.
I said pretty much. I said the qualifier. But we're getting back in the swing of things.
Guys, if you want consistency, listen to Real Sex with Hunny. Okay, go ahead.
You're not going to get this amazing witty banter, I'll tell you that.
I banter with myself, guys. It's
there
pretty
you go.
good.
Sometimes I banter with myself. So tonight's episode, I'm not particularly excited about it because it will involve me revealing things about myself that apparently crack up my person. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We'll cross-dress that bridge when we get to it.
You should be glad that I laugh and don't have other feelings about it.
Oh my God, I can't believe you did that.
I would never do that.
Oh, Lord. Jesus wept. All right, so we always try to give an update about how things are going for us in general as a couple. And I would say it's been a continued roller coaster for both of us. Mm-hmm. Why might that be, darling?
I don't know. Why is it? Go ahead.
Don't ever do improv.
I never claimed I wanted to.
Right? Well, it might be because we both continue to suffer from hectic schedules packed with things like medical problems, promotions.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Crises. Promotion is a problem. If you get a sudden promotion and you're expected to be, over a new department or whatever, yeah, I wish I had your problems, right? No, exactly. It is a problem. It is a problem that needs to be solved, and so it is what it is.
Okay.
But yeah, we've been fucking busy, so that's the bottom line. But we are doing our best to get things back on track and more consistent. So thank you for your patience with us. Talk to us. What would you like to hear us talk about? Send us an email at tabooacouplesjourney@gmail.com.
Yep.
Or you can visit us at our website, honeyhiveproductions.com, where you'll find our other shows that are out there.
There may be a contact form. I don't remember if I haven't updated the site. Well, I haven't continued building the site.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but we're in the process of upgrading our infrastructure.
But there is
our
some
business
information.
Suite. Yeah.
There is some.
And then we also have a Facebook page, Honey Hive Productions.
Well, and if you're listening to this on YouTube, usually in the description, some people never read the description, but if you do read the description, there's some information in there about our other projects, other podcasts.
Yep, and ways you can contact us. And, of course, you can always leave a comment down below.
Yep.
So, therefore, also, too, we don't have a whole lot to report about our relationship other than we're still going strong after nearly a year together.
Well, his cousin moved in with us.
Yes, he did. I don't know. I wouldn't say that's really affected things much. He kind of keeps to himself. Occasionally he'll make a mess.
Or
so
eat
that's
all the
annoying.
chocolate chips.
Yeah, right.
Or use my soap. And ladies, you know what I'm talking about. I saw black hair on my soap, and it's like, that's done. That's his soap now. I gave him the hugest bottle of body wash you've ever seen in your life. And I put soap for the first time in probably 2 years. I decided to use a bar of soap. I was kind of excited about the damn thing because I got this little puffy, and I'm like, oh, cool. It really holds much better than the body wash. So I had my soap, and I was using it for a few days, and then he moved in, and bam,
Yeah.
Black hair all over it.
He
Like,
just
nope.
he doesn't know what he doesn't know. You know, his dad died when he was a young kid, and he's
Yes, he had a mom.
yeah, well, kind of. You know, I mean, honestly, when you're a single parent, do you really have a full-time mom? Sometimes, not always.
I taught my kids all kinds of stuff. I was a single mom.
And well, you are a very amazing person, and so that doesn't surprise me at all.
Don't talk to my daughter. She will not say that. She will say I am a horrible person.
But I would say there's also a huge generation gap there. You know, we're in our 50s and 60s, and he's right at the cusp between millennials and Gen Zers.
Yeah, someday he'll meet a woman and she's going to be like, I am with Mike. And be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he'll be like, what? I mean, totally clueless. And she will clue him in.
Yeah,
to
that's
why,
to be hoped.
you know, to why people want you to take a shower at least every 2 days. And not once a week.
I take one every Thursday whether I need it or not.
Yeah.
Swear to God. But yeah, it's you know, it's been good though. You know, we love each other deeply. We still lust after each other. We have great sex.
You and DJ?
No.
Oh, well, we were talking about your cousin.
And you just doxed my cousin. Thanks a lot.
Well,
yeah.
you didn't have to admit that was his name.
We'll have to edit that out. Anyway.
You and your cousin?
No, just his name.
No, no. I'm recreating the moment so you can delete the other part. You and your cousin?
Yes, we had sex.
Oh, good lord.
Sorry. Turns out I'm gay.
Oh, turns out, huh?
But
I've been telling you that.
I was thinking about you the whole time.
Oh, okay.
So.
And you're incestual.
Well, we're not blood related.
Oh,
It's a
whatever.
step cousin.
All right.
Anyway.
Saved your ass.
Anywho.
Hey, this is taboo. We can talk about this stuff.
Well, so we should also talk about lifestyle and lifestyle adjacent things. You've continued...
Nothing going on there.
Oh, that is so untrue.
What?
You have continued to dabble with Chatterbait and OnlyFans, and so why don't you update everybody on what's
there
going
really
on
isn't
in
any
that
update
world,
other than
you
I've
posted some
continued
photos
doing
and
it.
got feedback.
Yeah, I mean, guys still want to see me regardless of whether I got boobs or not. You know, which is nice. They're very excited for me to get my final surgery and you know, get back to things. And you know, I just been kind of testing the water because I know that once I start recovering this time, hopefully it's my final time recovering, and I'll be able to start living my normal life again, which includes
Adult entertainment.
Yeah, and getting back to maybe making some money. You know, I mean, hell, if the government's going to tax the shit out of me, I might as well make something.
Yeah.
You know, fuck them. Oh, excuse me. I probably shouldn't
No,
say
and
that.
I hopped on her Fed account and threw out, you know, a proposal basically saying, hey...
oh, he pretended to be me.
No, I did not.
Oh, I thought you did.
No. I used your account, but...
Yeah.
No, I made it very clear that we're a couple and that, you know, we were looking for XYZ, and that I did have to add that it wasn't going to be anytime soon, but, you know, basically we were just testing the waters, like she said, and seeing who might be interested in helping us fulfill a specific fantasy, and there was plenty of response. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I'm still getting them.
Yeah, so we're still, you know, dabbling, right? But there's been a lot of fantasy.
What can I say? I am one fucking sexy woman.
No shit.
With or without boobs, apparently.
I'd fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, fortunately for me, I know how to use my voice also.
All right, so tonight's episode is not about geriatric sex or fucking people to death, but we should talk about our most recent fantasy.
Where did that come from?
This morning.
Oh, go ahead.
Why don't you go ahead?
Oh, no, that's all you. Go right ahead. I'm listening.
So I don't know where the hell this came from, but right in the middle of sex, I was like...
No, I do believe it was before, because this man was like, wake up, wake up, wake up. Touch my heart on, wake up.
I guess I might have been dreaming. But yeah, it seemed to come out of nowhere, because for one, I don't think about other women. I don't think about fucking other women. I made it very...
You guys are all sitting there going, yeah, right, Mike, shut the fuck up.
Very clear to Christine early on that that was no longer in my repertoire, and I have kept to that. When I'm fucking her, I don't fantasize about other women. I don't, unless she brings it up.
Well, and that's probably why he doesn't, because if that's something that he wants, he just kind of nudges me a little bit and I just start weaving a fantasy. And he knows as well as I know that if there's something that we're interested in, we'll just start talking to each other about it. And if it's something that we want to turn into a reality, we will.
But, I was very hesitant to tell her what I was fantasizing
Which
about.
I don't know why.
About. Well, because it involved female.
Which
right?
is just stupid.
Huh?
I mean, unless you're going to go on and on about these big tits that you absolutely love. Yeah, right now, this year, the year of 2026, I am a little sensitive about, tits. I just lost mine. So, yeah. So, if you were going to go on and on about, oh my God, she had these big, huge, then yeah, I'd probably get all sensitive about it.
But that wasn't really relevant in this case.
Exactly. So you should have been able to tell me. Go ahead.
So basically, I was like, how would you feel about, seducing a 80-some-odd, 90-year-old woman, and,
It sounds sexy, huh?
we take her to bed and show her the time of her life. And she kind of was like, really? Is that where you want to go? And
I mean, I'll do whatever he wants, but, that'd be all him. Not that I wouldn't follow his lead. I am very good at you know what? Fuck you and your don't do improv. I am very good at sexual improv.
great. Why you pick up on my freaking cues
Just not
then during the show?
comedic. I'm not great at comedic improv. But I'm good at sexual improv. You put me in a room and tell me to, live out this fantasy for you, I probably could do it.
That's true.
So, but withstanding that, this is his fantasy.
Yeah, well, long story short, I was getting into it, basically, okay, I'm fucking an old lady right now. She's this frail old woman, and she's never been fucked like this before.
Wait, tell it like it was. He was thinking this in his head, and then it went really dark.
Well, that's where I was about to get to.
But he wasn't sharing this with me. This was in his head. He shared it after he went to the bathroom and he came out and he said that things got dark and that he was thinking about he was thinking about something. He said, I want to share my fantasy with you, but that I was having this morning, but I
towards
feel
the end
bad.
it got dark.
It got dark, and so then of course I'm like, well, tell me. He's like, no, I just said I don't want to tell you. I said, well, you shouldn't have fucking said anything if you don't want me to know. So tell me, and he did.
Well, and so the fact is that I told her I was saved by the bladder because I literally had to piss like a racehorse. I say literally so fucking much anymore. I metaphorically had to piss like a racehorse.
No,
which is not even a metaphor. What is this? It's
I had to. I really had to. That's good.
Yeah, I had to piss like a racehorse. Anywho, so I stopped fucking her because as I was fucking the shit out of her, Christine, kind of...
Now I know why you were fucking me so intently the way you were. Oh my God, I hadn't thought about that till right now. I saw you doing that, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? He's like fucking grudge fucking me, kind of.
Yeah, and...
oh my Lord, he was thinking I was a 90-year-old fucking woman.
So,
wow.
Thankfully, right before I killed this frail old woman with my cock...
He thought everything was going to break.
I did. I was like, oh shit, what would happen if I fucked an old lady so hard that she died, had a heart attack, and just was overwhelmed.
No, she'd be more like to get fractures and die from them or something.
Well, yeah, however she went, I was like, fuck. And right at that moment when I had to piss, I was like, all right, we're done. And I went and I pissed and I came back and I confessed, right? I was like, okay, this is what I was thinking about. And then it got dark and she was like, huh.
No shit.
Do tell. But it got me to thinking, do I really want to go down that road? Do I want to
apparently
explore, what the rest of that fantasy might have played out like? Do I want to make a career out of seducing old women and, fucking them to death? And
maybe he should become a gigolo. What do you think, guys? Maybe I should set up old women for him to fuck for $5,000 a pop.
It's the world's oldest profession, right? Isn't that what they say?
He could specialize in 60 and above. Or 70.
Yeah, I mean, because probably that's the only people that are going to fuck my fat ass anyway, so.
Hey, if your cock gets hard and you're cute, which you have both of those things going for you.
A little dad bod is not going to be a deal breaker.
Fuck, they don't care. Just fuck them. Look at them with them eyes of yours.
It's just a little extra padding, sonny boy.
What started the whole thing was he said he got a blowjob with no teeth.
Yeah, because
I thought he was being real. So then later, I'm like, so did you come from that? And he's like, huh? I said, did you come from that blowjob? And he's like, no, I had to go to the bathroom. I'm like, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, because I was fantasizing about all kinds of shit. And
I didn't know he was talking. I thought he was talking about something real.
I thought, what must it feel like to get a blowjob with no teeth? Which, if you've experienced that, please let us know.
I mean, yeah, and of course I'm like, oh, I could see him fantasizing about that right now because I like to give head, but it's something that's been challenging for me since I got my implant.
Yeah, you've had a bit of lockjaw because of the...
Yeah, I can't open my mouth very, very far. I mean, hell, when I first started doing it, I can barely get the head of his cock in my mouth. I got to really... It takes a minute to loosen it up, and I cannot, yet anyway, I cannot get my mouth open all the way, which really upsets me.
So I've been getting a lot of hand jobs, and that's kind of what I was imagining was that a woman with no teeth was sucking my dick. Mm. And that's probably what launched the whole, what if I fucked an old lady, and it kind of...
Then he asked me to remove my teeth.
And then it got really dark, so...
Yeah, he fucking wants me to, hey, maybe you could, stop taking care of yourself and pull all your teeth and, what a fucker. Look at you.
Take one for the team.
What the fuck? Yeah, just changed my whole life. Age gracefully. No, age harshly now.
So we do have an episode on age gaps, age kink, that you probably should check out because we cover everything from the youngest to the oldest.
We're 13 years apart.
Which is a drop in the bucket as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I vividly remember shit from when I was 5 and 6 years old when she would have been, 18 to 20 years old. So, there's really not that big of a gap in terms of life experience. But...
how old would I have been?
Well, so if you're 13...
What did you say?
If you're 13 years older than me and I was 5 years old, you would have been 18 and when I was 5. So that's roughly what I said.
You said 18 to 20, didn't you? I just heard 20. All I heard was 20. I'm like, what?
So when you were 20, I would have been 7. But yeah, I remember shit that she remembers because, I have an uncanny long-term memory. So yeah, it wasn't really that big of a leap for me because I kind of experienced life the same way she did. It's just I didn't have the same autonomy as a teenager or an adult that she did at the time. I vividly remember pretty much everything that was going on culturally and
right. So because his memory is so good from that time, we basically grew up at the same time. Right? That's what you're saying. Yeah. We have the same type of cultural references that work and I forget, honestly. I totally forget that we have an age gap most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, so when I tell people our age, I'm just like, we're in our 50s and 60s, because that's what we are. I'm 51, she's 64.
Yep.
So all that to say, we've been experimenting and fantasizing.
No, yes.
Whatever, dude.
I was there, but I wasn't not privy to it.
You have plenty to say about it, though, didn't you?
After the fact. Now, that's not to say I won't be participating in one to come. I just wasn't in this one.
No pun intended.
One to come.
All right. So tonight's episode is not age kink.
Speaking of which, he didn't come this morning. What do y'all feel like when you have what you think is a really good session and your partner doesn't come? Even if it's not quick. It goes on for a bit.
Did you come?
4 times.
Okay. I rest my case.
Fuck off. Fuck the fuck off. That is not what I said. You guys, I'm talking to you. Fuck him. I am talking to you. How do you feel? I don't give a fuck whether you... Okay, see, that's just it. Men think, well, as long as I come, what do I care? No, as long as you come. What do you think about if your partner doesn't come? Now, I know damn good and well, men out there, if you fuck for, say, 20 minutes and you end up holding off until the last minute to come, and then you come and you find out she didn't orgasm, you tell me you are not going to feel a certain little bit of way. Tell me that. Tell me.
Yeah, well, I think most guys in that situation don't know what the fuck they're doing.
That is not what the fuck I said. I don't give a damn why it occurred. I asked, how would you feel? Because that's what happens to me.
You know how the old joke goes, right? You know,
I guess I don't know what I'm doing.
What's the
then.
old joke, baby? How can a man tell when he makes
Oh
a
my
woman
God,
come?
that's not what we're talking about.
Real
We're not
men
talking
don't
about.
care.
We are not talking about whether I came or not. We are talking about. And
how would
just,
you feel if you weren't
said,
able to make the other person come?
And you just said, well, I guess they didn't know what they were doing. So I guess I didn't know what I was doing because you didn't come.
Okay,
right?
So that's what's interesting to me about this argument is that if I'm hard as a rock the entire time and I don't...
Yeah, and I can't get them to come.
And I end up not coming, it's not because you weren't doing something right. It's because I was doing something wrong.
Oh, right. I like. See how you did that?
Like trying to fuck you while I had to take a piss.
This is not the first time.
No, it's not. It's actually probably the third time that I've had that valid excuse and stopped fucking. And
that is true, but this is by far not the first time he has not come.
Yeah,
with
but
me.
Listen, our relationship has evolved like exponentially from when we first started. I was an edgelord. I always chose purposely to hang out.
Well, we're getting a little off the beaten path
in the
here.
sexual plateau, and you know you have.
I just had a question. I just had a question. So I'm curious, guys, or women, if you have a 20-minute or 25-minute session with your partner, you come, but they don't. How does that make you feel? Just answer me in the comments below, or you can send me an email too at realtalkwithchristine@gmail.com. I'm curious.
Or you can send it to me at shitlesspodcast@gmail.com.
Why? You're not interested. This is my question.
Because I would be interested in people who are on my side in this, which
what
is
side?
That you're not necessarily doing anything wrong if you don't come,
you
after
mean if your
20
partner
minutes.
Doesn't come?
No, if you don't come, if I don't come after 20 fucking... I'm trying to defend myself here.
But that wasn't the question. You're such a narcissist.
Oh, God.
That was not the question, you narcissist. It wasn't about...
It's all about you.
Yeah, it wasn't about you. It was about me and the way I feel when I am pleasured, but you don't come after so long. So I'm asking these people that are listening to us, our loyal viewers, or listeners, I guess. I was asking them, how would you feel if... And I got to repeat it again. How would you feel if you had a very... very passionate 25-minute session, you had your orgasms and your partner didn't? That's what I'm asking.
Right, and so
Don't
I would
turn
say,
it around.
I'm not going to turn it around. I will say one final thing to this, and then we should get to the taboo of the week, which is cross-dressing. So, Carlos Mencia is a plagiarist. He stole a bunch of his jokes from other comedians, but one of the best jokes he ever told said, "How come I can always come no matter how fucking ugly you are?" He's like, figure your shit out, ladies. If you need to rub your fucking, clit while I'm fucking you in order to get off, then that's what you should fucking do. Like, why don't you take personal responsibility for your orgasm? And it's the same thing applies to guys. It's like, if for some reason you can't fucking get off after 25 minutes or 45 minutes.
because I'm so ugly.
What?
Go ahead.
Then figure your shit out. Like, what is the issue? What's holding you back? And we've had long, drawn-out conversations about this. And the simple fact is that don't read into it. Just figure your shit out.
Me figure my shit out?
No, guys. I'm talking to the guys now that have my problem, which is occasionally I don't come after fucking the shit out of her for a while. And obviously it's not that I'm not attracted to you or I couldn't get hard enough to fuck the shit out of you. So, asking the audience, wouldn't you feel some kind of way if you knew your partner didn't come? It's not quite applicable here.
Well, it is, and I would still like a answer, guys and gals. If you feel like engaging and you feel like talking about this question, it's still a valid question, no matter what this guy over here says.
I think it's different for guys than it is for girls. Women can fake orgasms, guys can't.
Okay. And, I don't even know what to say to that. That's still not to do with my question.
I think it's all related, but okay. Taboo of the week is cross-dressing. Why is it taboo? Well, going all the way back to ancient Egypt, we have the concept of eunuchs, men who were emasculated, literally. We have, men dressing as women in the 1500s, 1600s in Shakespearean plays.
Why does that make it taboo?
I'm getting there.
Oh.
And so the idea that you are emasculated, the first evidence of there being a sexual component to that, as far as I know, didn't appear until the 50s, where transvestites became a thing and it was in the public eye. And so I think of like Glenn or Glenda, where Ed Wood, the worst director of all time, made a movie about a guy who likes to wear women's clothing. In his case, it was Angora, right? And he said, well, it just makes me feel closer to women. And he would wear women's panties under his fatigues when he was in the army, but I feel like there's a clear sexual component to that. It's the idea that, you are not masculine, you get off on being female in some way, dressing like a woman. And dressing like a woman, again, has been around for a long-ass time. Being emasculated has been around for a long-ass time.
Since you brought up emasculated, again, referring to the eunuchs, why were eunuchs castrated, basically? Why was that done to a eunuch?
So that they couldn't fuck the women in the harem.
Right. So it was sexual in a sense.
Yeah,
because
there's a power and control dynamic there.
Right, and the prince or king
Pharaoh or whoever
it was didn't want the strongest, biggest men who could guard the women and the harem,
fucking the harem,
fucking them. He wanted to be able to trust them. He didn't trust the women, and he couldn't trust the men, so he'd castrate them and make it impossible for them to act on anything. So it was based in from a sexual nature. I just was thinking about that because when you were saying,
well, when does it become a kink though? It sure wasn't a kink for the guys getting castrated, and castration, we can do a separate episode on that. The castrati in Europe, the man boys over in, Indonesia or wherever the fuck it is, Thailand, I don't know. These Far East countries, it's been going on for a long time where, they turn boys into...
I think, personally, my feelings on cross-dressing, especially when you're talking history, is that cross-dressing sprouted out from, as you said, through history we have had effeminate men and boys. And I think that homosexual men looked at these effeminate boys and men and they wanted to see them dressed up like women. And I know some people say that's because they weren't gay. No, they were. They are. But that doesn't mean they don't have an appreciation for beauty. And they still wanted what that man or boy had under their dress. They still wanted it to be that anatomy. But they also wanted it to be, to enhance the effeminate look that they carried with them. Not all people have that, especially when you're talking to males, have that effeminate look. So when they found them, they dressed them as women. And I think that it goes even further than that. I think for some people, it was probably because they were actually bisexual. And they barely could wrap their head around being homosexual, let alone bisexual. But they fed their fetishes by dressing the effeminates up as women because they were already, looking pretty effeminate. So they just put some lipstick and lashes and wigs and dresses on them, and they were able to feed all of their fetishes and their feelings. And back then you had these effeminate men or boys, young men, that were dressed up, walking around serving drinks and sitting on men's laps or, whatever. They were the women of the club, but they were men because these men were homosexuals or bisexuals.
Yeah, they were the ancestors of today's prison bitches. Listen, I did not do a deep dive into the history of cross-dressing as a kink. But I am aware that it existed in ancient Greece and Rome.
It is always,
watch Caligula. Watch the movie Caligula sometime. There's guys dressed as women, fucking each other, So yeah, it's been around for a long ass time. But the first time I'm aware of it in modern context would be, in the 50s when transvestism became a thing and people were getting sex changes for the first time in the media. Now, that goes back, I think, to the 20s was the first sex change. But, the idea of being the opposite sex or looking like the opposite sex as a kink has been around for a long time. Now, we always try to apply the taboo of the week to our personal experiences.
And I don't have any.
And so,
other than people I've talked to.
Well, so this morning, and I guess it's probably subconsciously the reason why I wanted to do it tonight, I talked about you dressing up like a cop. And I saw a Spirit Halloween, but it's not open yet.
Yeah, it's so funny. He started saying, I saw you dressed like that. I'm like, no, you didn't. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. You're thinking of someone else because that was not me.
I guess I dreamed it, but I pictured her in a fucking cop outfit and I got hard. So I was like, fuck yeah. So, so Mistress Frame is one of her personalities and she's the dominatrix. She's she wears the pants in that sexual relationship. And I pictured her in a cop outfit and I was like, fuck yeah, Officer Frame. So yeah, there's going to be handcuffs.
You doxed me, asshole.
Uh-huh. And, I have to edit that out now. Anywho, all that to say, I do at least have some personal experiences involved with cross-dressing. Was telling Hunny earlier that when I was about, I would say 10 years old, I put on a blonde wig. Didn't have any makeup, but I just put on some girls' clothing.
Where'd you get a blonde wig?
I don't know. I don't remember. It was probably my mom's or a friend of my mom's. I don't know. But I put on this blonde wig and I put on some girls' clothes and I walked around the neighborhood for a couple hours. And because I was 10, I hadn't hit puberty yet, so I don't think it was a sexual kink.
Did you wear a certain type of shoes?
Yeah, I was dressed like a girl.
Heels?
No.
Okay.
No, they were flats, I'm sure of it. Because I did a lot of walking, right? And as a 10-year-old boy, I doubt I would have done well in heels.
Yeah.
But yeah, all that, long story short, I never forgot it because it was a strange, unique, to me at the time, experience. But I always remembered it. And I guess that would be the root of, later kinks that I had where, so I was also telling Hunny that when I was 18, I had been hanging on to a teddy that I bought for a previous girlfriend. And she refused it because I bought the wrong size or she didn't want her dad to find it or whatever. And finally, when I was 18, I said, okay, fuck it. I was masturbating and experimenting sexually and I put the fucking thing on. And I thought I looked good, I was like, damn, this is cool. I masturbated wearing a teddy. And she laughs about it, she's giggling now. It's like, Really? Your fat, hairy ass was wearing a fucking teddy? Yeah, well, you should have seen me at 18. I wasn't fat and hairy. No, I thought I was hot, and I did it a few times and I got off on it. Am I proud of it? Fuck no. I'm a straight, guy, I let my buddies find out that I did that, they'll never let me fucking live it down.
Well, they might now.
Well, right. But that was part of the kink though. It's something naughty. I'm not supposed to be doing this, and so many kinks are like that, right? It's taboo.
Yeah. And not everybody gets off on that kind of stuff, not everybody enjoys, but I would push back on that. I don't think it's that not everybody has a taboo they enjoy. It's that I think everybody probably has some taboo.
Forbidden fruit.
Yeah, something. It's just we all have different ones, and some of them are big ones, some of them are small. But I would venture a guess that every single person out there, once they are in their sexuality, have some kind, at some point in their life, there's somewhere, if you put it on a spectrum of big to little, some kind of a kink, taboo kind of fetish or something.
Yeah. And I tried as many as I could between, the time I was old enough to do so and now.
He means as many taboos or kinks,
right.
fetishes.
Within the law.
Yeah, not as many nighties.
Right. Wait till you see my trunk at the bottom of the closet.
Yeah, I didn't want you to miss it. Because to me, you could be thinking either way.
Right.
What was he talking about? Yeah.
My panties are all stretched out, Mike. What's going on here? But yeah, so I'm talking...
He did put my pants on once.
I'm talking about experimentation. From my perspective, it's like anything else. The first time that you jerk off, looking at porn. It was new and novel and interesting, and the novelty wore off. 2 years later, I was experimenting, again, to my real shame, with a dude. There's reasons for that. And I was wearing a sweater that was a girl's sweater.
2 years later.
So in my early 20s, yeah. I was probably 20 or 21. And it was what it was. I was being kinky and weird, and it was novel, and I experimented. And again, the novelty wore off. Steven Tyler, famously infamously rather, in his autobiography, Does the Noise in My Head Bother You? Said, I tried the gay thing once and it wasn't for me. And he got so much shit for that from gay people and straight people, because the straight people were like, Jesus, Steven, what the fuck? And the gay people were like, well, that's not something you just try and decide you don't like. It's not a lifestyle choice. And it's like, dude, he just made a fucking offhand comment. He was probably high out of his fucking mind.
And yes, it is something you can try. Well, and some people do try it and find out, oh my God.
Right.
I'm gay.
Right, exactly.
I'm happy all of a sudden.
Like Kiss in the Hall Brain Candy, where the guy does an entire musical number when he finally realizes, oh, I'm gay.
Yeah, right. But, people shouldn't tell other people, that's not something that you try. You're born this way. Fuck off. Some people struggle with it, and you probably struggled with it too, just because you're there. Some people need to actually have some kind of experience to awaken that.
Yep, and we are going to have a special episode, hopefully sooner rather than later, about situationally bisexual people. People who decide for whatever reason to switch teams, whether they're with someone and doing it for that other person, or they just want to experiment or whatever.
Okay, situationally bi, and I won't go into too much, but I do want to just point out, situationally bi is what he first said. It's not the second one.
Bi-curious.
That is bi-curious. Situationally bi is strictly getting turned on because you're doing it for someone else. That you can be aroused in the moment by the same sex because your partner that you are with is turning you on to that situation. And you're good with it.
And so I think that episode will be bisexual kink, because it'll be, it'll include people who are situationally bi and also people who are bi-curious. Yeah. Or just straight up bisexual. Yeah. We'll have a big bi episode.
Big bi episode.
With a bisexual guy from France, a friend of mine from Documenting Reality, which I should plug my new show. It's called Documenting Reality. DDR for short. And it's all about the website, documentingreality.com. Check it out. It'll be listed soon on Hunny Hive Productions. So...
you mumbled that.
What?
Hunny Hive Productions.
HUNNYHIVE Productions.com. So that's pretty much almost all of my experience with cross-dressing. I did dress up like Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror Picture Show when I was in my mid-30s. And visited a gay friend of ours, and he was actually taken aback because he knew I was straight as a board. He was like, "What are you doing, man?" And I was like, went up and gave him a hug, and it was funny to make him uncomfortable because, in my experience, he liked to make others uncomfortable with his gayness.
He was okay once you explained you were doing a character, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, exactly. But he was just kind of shocked and taken aback because at that time in my life, I was religious, and he wasn't expecting it, so... So you got nothing, huh? Like dressing up like a dude ever?
No.
Like you've never dressed like a guy?
Huh.
Nope. So, I know for a fact that a lot of guys really enjoy when their woman wears like a business jacket, like a suit jacket.
I've worn a suit jacket with a bra under it, and a suit jacket with nothing under it, a suit jacket with nothing and just a bra. Just a tie.
Okay, well, those are men's clothing.
But that is not dressing up like a man. That is not.
That
is
all men's clothing.
It's not at all.
Not trying to pretend like you're a woman. No,
it's absolutely not cross dressing. But I have done those. No, it's not. It's just not.
I'm
getting sorry.
Stuck on semantics at this point.
I don't think it's semantics at all. It's a woman. It's exactly like
wearing
a woman.
Men's clothing.
She is only wearing a suit jacket. I clearly said just a suit jacket.
Okay, so
no pants.
Fair enough. So if I'm wearing a teddy,
no, that's not the same. Oh my
Okay.
God. Oh my God. Oh, okay. You know what? I am dropping this because you're being ridiculous.
I'm just trying to figure out where to draw the line.
I
what-
just did. Women can wear a suit jacket and they are not dressing up as a man, and there's nobody's going to throw that into a cross-dressing basket. Now, you put a full-on teddy on a man, come on, how do you not see the difference? I didn't make these rules. This is just the way it is.
Okay. Again, I'm trying to figure out where the line is.
Go ahead.
Because if we take just a suit jacket and a hat and a tie and put it on a woman, that's not cross-dressing. But if we take just a purse...
That's not cross-dressing.
Okay, let me finish. We are accessorizing here. So the woman has the tie, the guy has the purse, the guy puts on a dress, right?
No, that's gone too far. But if a man puts on a purse or a satchel of some kind
And a skirt?
and a scarf and a woman's coat, that is obviously a woman's coat.
Uh-huh. That doesn't count as
that does not
cross-dressing?
count as cross-dressing necessarily.
What if it's Angora?
No, it doesn't. You see that kind of crap all the time. Now, he may be gay, or he may just be making a really big statement that men can wear whatever they want without it being that. Now, you put a skirt or a dress on him, and I'll even push back on that. There are some guys that will wear certain types of skirts. With otherwise men's clothes and men's boots and things, but they will wear a skirt, and they don't. That's not considered cross-dressing either. So there are nuances to the way
And so
people
I guess
dress
what I'm
without it
trying to-
being cross-dressing.
Right. What I'm trying to anchor this in is kink, though, like cross-dressing kink.
Yeah, and I'm just saying.
As a kink, if a woman puts on men's clothing and is to be sexual and sexualize that is cross-dressing kink.
Okay, it's not.
You're
if
not
it's
a
just shirt or jacket.
transsexual. You're not a transvestite.
If a woman puts on a man's full-on suits, pants, men's shoes, the whole 9 yards, that is cross-dressing kink. Absolutely.
Yeah, or dress like a cop or a fireman or
No,
whatever.
women dress like cops. There are women cops.
You
My
know
God.
what I'm saying. It's a masculine thing, though. It's a uniform, I hear what you're saying. It's nuanced, though, and that's...
I just said that.
Okay, and I'm agreeing with you. It's like... And guys do the same shit.
So the only experience that I have with cross-dressing, since we've clarified after 15 minutes that a woman wearing that is not cross-dressing, so that's not an experience in it. But I do have an experience with some of the people I've spoke to over the years, some of the people that I've had ongoing verbal, textual relationships with, either on Chatterbait or through email from the podcast. And there have been a couple of men that I have been in contact with, and on FET, who are cross-dressers, 100% big time, like they do it full time. So to me, and I really have a hard time understanding if there is a difference between cross-dressing and transsexual. And there is. Sometimes there may not be. Sometimes you have a man who likes to dress like a woman, and he is gay, but in general, he doesn't dress as a woman. He just does it as a kink, a little side thing. But he's gay. But sometimes you have a man who is perfectly masculine, and this used to be much more common. Well, it's probably still common, but we're so like hung up on transsexuals, and transgender that maybe we've lost sight of it. But there are masculine men who like to dress up as a woman and fuck a woman. They like women, but they also like their clothes, and it turns them on to feel it against their skin, or they get turned on by putting on a pair of silk panties that is a woman's. Putting on a pair of silk boxers is not the same. Now, if it's the best they can do because they're married to someone that doesn't understand, it'll do. But that's not what they want. It's not what they crave. And I've talked to people like that. And I've talked to both sides. I've talked to the kind of person who is very masculine and very attracted to women only, but he likes to dress up in panties and bras. And take pictures. And then I've talked to a what would have used to be called a transvestite, which is a transgender, and he is a man, and he's very effeminate, and he dresses as a woman 24/7.
He identifies as a woman.
He does. But he absolutely knows he's a man, and he can talk to you from his man experience. It's interesting.
So he has accepted his biological sex.
Yes.
But
his
his
preference
gender
is-
preference is a woman.
He prefers to present as a woman. It makes him happy.
And really, there's no kink involved there. You know, it's
No, because it's 24/7.
Yeah.
It's his lifestyle.
But it's still taboo, unfortunately, because our society does not accept that.
Right.
A large portion of our society does not
Right.
accept that.
But the first one is definitely a kink. You know, he enjoys the feeling of women's panties. He'll ask a woman to send him panties. You know, can you send me a pair of your panties? I'll pay you. Make sure, you know, he wants you to wear them because he's into women.
Okay, that is a kink.
Yeah, that's a kink. So he'll get them, he'll wear them, and the thought of the fact that it was touching your pussy, you know, and now it's on him. Yeah, it's a whole kink to him.
Interesting. Yeah, that is an interesting case.
Yeah. So that's my experience. Yeah.
Well, so there is a lot of nuance, right? And there is a lot of terminology that's hard to keep up with. You know, transgender, transsexual, transvestite. It's easy to get confused, and you know,
Crossdresser.
Yeah, and it's changing all the time.
And now that I think about it, the guy that dressed that way all the time, he called himself a crossdresser.
Yeah.
That's what he calls himself, a crossdresser. He's married. He's got children.
And so you've probably picked up on the fact that we're not sexperts, right? We don't necessarily constantly get it right when it comes to the terminology. You know, one of the first fuck ups we made was hypersexuality. We consider ourselves hypersexual people, but there is an actual clinical term where if you're hypersexual, that's not us.
No.
So we just like fuck a lot, and we talk about sex and think about sex.
We said it that way so you would understand
Right.
that we were talking. It's a little extraordinarily high. But it's definitely not hypersexual by clinical terms.
No, and so tonight's taboo, I would say, is more about cross-dressing than anything else. It's a kink. It's getting off on wearing clothing of the opposite sex.
Yeah, and referring back to what Mike was just saying prior to that, we speak from personal experience. We speak from our age and being around, and being that we've always been into sex. You tend to, learn a lot over the years, but we are just, amateur people just talking. We enjoy talking about the topics. So never expect us to get it 100% right or right.
These people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That's right, we don't.
Yeah, I mean,
and who cares? You know,
because we don't really talk in terms of statistics or definites, absolutes. We talk in terms of, oh, isn't this interesting? This is what happened to me, and this is my experience. We don't talk in terms
but we're
of.
also not fucktards, right? I mean, we went to the same public school system you probably did. I've got a bachelor's degree in psychology, which means I have a general knowledge of human sexuality from a scientific perspective.
And I have a master's degree in life.
Yeah, the School of Hard Knocks. So yeah, I mean, don't look to us like we're some kind of experts on sex.
We just share what we know.
We're experts on each other.
We just share what we know, and you might or might not find it interesting.
No, and we learn just as much about, sex from our audience, if not more, than they learn from us.
Oh, it's absolutely fascinating when we get emails from people and they share their experiences. And it's doubly fascinating when they allow us to talk about it. And we can, start sharing it online, and then we can talk to more people about it. It's fascinating.
So, I guess my big takeaway from tonight is we don't kink shame. Although it's funny that she laughed about me wearing a teddy when I was 18.
I totally laughed, and I told him, I'm like, it's funny. It is funny.
But we're a product of our society, which says that guys should dress like guys and women should dress like women. If you don't, that's what comedy is, though.
Hey, come on, a man with chest hair wearing a teddy. Come on, that's funny.
Right. Well, why is it funny though?
It just is.
So let me explain real quick why I think it's funny. Rowan Atkinson did a fantastic special on Showtime many years ago explaining what makes things funny. So something that is the wrong
funny
size.
Because I know you.
Right, exactly. It's like, I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay, you know, and he wears panties and a bra, and that made it funny.
Yeah.
Something that's the wrong size. So somebody wearing clothing that's too big for them. Something that's in the wrong place. A woman's dress doesn't belong on a big burly man, typically. And so it's just social norms, you know, and things that are strange to us.
You're raised and you see the way things are, and things are a certain way. And it's habit. And you do not see men, big burly men, or even little scrawny men wearing dresses outside. I mean, you do now, you know, but you didn't. That's not what we saw growing up. And I certainly never saw a man with chest hair and a cock hanging out.
Wearing lingerie.
You know, so of course it made me giggle. Thinking of you in a teddy. Of course it made me laugh. And I was quick to say, I'm not saying anything about it. I just find it a little funny.
Yeah, no, that was your gut reaction, was to laugh about it. And so that doesn't mean you're shaming me.
No shame.
Kink shaming me. You were like, I can't believe you did that, you piece of shit. You know?
No.
But
not
so
at all.
in the defense of these poor guys who, you know, are cross-dressers and they get off on wearing women's clothes and they have their Christian wife walk in on them while they're putting her panties on. No. That happens all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I've heard podcasts where
or she finds his pictures.
Of himself. Yeah. Of a good Christian woman who is crying to her pastor about, oh my God, I walked in and he was wearing my clothes and my panties. And it's like, yeah, because he didn't feel safe going to you and saying, hey, this is what gets me off. Which means that you didn't have as good of a relationship as you thought.
I do have one other story.
Yeah?
Yeah. And this, you're making me think about it now. This guy, I've been talking to him for the last couple of years, and I just recently started talking to him again. We've kind of lost touch again, but he came back around. And you made me think about it because you said that he couldn't go to her. Well, he's with a woman, and he has a jean fetish. But, you know, not jean. His jeans do nothing for him. It's women's jeans. Oh. Women's jean skirts, anything, jean jacket, you know, anything denim. That is a woman's wardrobe.
Female denim, okay.
Yeah, that is denim. He has a fetish for it. Now, he would wear it. When she would leave, he would wear it, like put on her jean skirt and masturbate. But it wasn't because he really wanted to wear it. He would much prefer her wearing it and getting on top of him where he could put his hands on her ass and rub on it. You know, he would much rather, you know, fuck her in her jean skirt and be able to feel the friction of it against him and touching it. But he couldn't talk to her about it. She thought he was a freak. So he couldn't. He didn't feel safe talking to her. So he couldn't help himself, and he felt really guilty. So we started talking, you know, and I told him. I told him there is nothing wrong with you, and you know, it's just that you don't feel safe, and this created this whole guilt feeling because when she leaves the house, you have to sneak and you have to look at her stuff because you want it and you can't seem to stop yourself because that's how bad you want it. And she doesn't understand. So you're having to go behind her back. So that creates this vicious circle that, you know, of guilt. But the kink's not going to go away. And, I convinced him to finally talk to her and he did. If I recall correctly, he did. I don't think she shamed him, but nothing came of it. And he kind of had to put it away. Yeah. And which I find very sad. And I'm pretty sure the last time I talked to him, he had put it away, but he wasn't real happy about it. Yeah. He still thinks about it. Yeah. You know. She was probably like, yeah, babe, that's weird. Yeah. And, you know, not interested. You know, don't hate you, but, you know, not interested. Didn't really back him up on it. Yeah. You know. Which is a little sad. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that he has stopped, you know, all the going in and, you know, yeah, it's like people who give up on enjoying blowjobs because they're never going to get one from their wife. Right. Know? Or give up on wanting them because their significant other won't let them do it. Like that too. Hey. And now I fucking make you do it. You look at it and break your jaw this morning with my cock. Because I'm so old. No, because you got lockjaw from your surgery. I know. I just threw that in.
Ah, Jesus, wet. Yeah, I walked right into that one.
Yeah, you did.
All right, folks, we're coming up on the hour, but as always, best of luck to you in all of your sexual adventures. Be safe, be kind.
And tell us, for heaven's sake, write us, talk to us about your kinks and fetishes and taboo thoughts.
Yeah, half the
Please.
shit we talk about is stuff we've heard from our listeners
Yeah.
over the years and our experiences with other people sharing their stories.
And you can talk to us and ask us not to share it if you want. But trust me when I say, just tell us not to mention your name or where you live, and we won't.
Oh, I met a guy named Biff this morning who said he was into fucking his girlfriend's foot or whatever.
I continuously try to put my feet all over his cock. He doesn't like it.
Feet are dirty.
What are you going to do, suck your cock?
Huh?
Who cares? If anybody has to worry about a dirty foot on your cock, it's me. It's going inside me. It's going in my mouth. It's going. Why do you have to worry? What do you care?
It's a visceral thing. It's a gut thing. It's like the same reason you laughed at picturing me at 18.
You know, it's
in
funny
a teddy.
because I love feeling a hard cock on my foot. And yeah, he does not. He's like,
Meh.
nah. Like, I'm going to have to find someone else to do it.
It's like Apple Jacks. I know what I like. Hey.
But you know what? You know what will happen? He'll see me give some big hard cock a blowjob. I mean, a foot job until he comes all over me, and he's gonna be like, "Wait a minute, I want that. What's wrong with my cock?" Like, fuck you. I tried.
You had your chance. Yeah.
Yeah, go away. Now you just get to watch me jerk off other guys.
That's a whole nother episode. All right. Till next time.
Alrighty. Talk to you guys later.